What's up, people? So, I just finished reading 20th Century Boys pretty recently, and I just wanted to give a brief video talking about it a little bit and determining whether or not maybe you might want to read it as well. I'll give my recommendations and stuff like that. I'll try to keep this as spoiler-free as possible because I'm targeting people that have not read it yet. But if you're watching this and you have read it, please give your thoughts about it below in the comments. Of course, spoiler-free. And let's get into it. 20th Century Boys is written by Naoki Urasawa, who's done other works in the past, such as Monster. Some of you may have heard of that one. And he's also currently working on one called Billy Bat. Now, the reason why I wanted to keep this video fairly brief is because it's hard to talk much about 20th Century Boys without ultimately spoiling something about it. It's very plot-centric with all these different plots going on around the same time, all these twists are involved, and really all I can do is just tell you about what the manga's kind of like, just give you a general sense of it, and then you can decide from there if it's something that you would enjoy. So this is all I'm going to say. 20th Century Boys involves a cast of characters, the main character being Kenji, and you go through the events that took place in their childhood, sort of their middle-aged, and then later on in years. And it shows you how the events that took place when they were children give birth to this villain known as Friend, and Friend amasses this cult of people, and then it just runs from there. You have a huge cast of characters, absolutely massive cast, and I must say, even though there was such a large cast of characters, I felt that each was unique in their own way, in their own right, and felt very fleshed out. They felt important, and I didn't think that any of them were really bad characters, to be honest. I enjoyed when pretty much anyone was given the spotlight. My favorite, honestly, being Ocho. You meet him somewhat early on, especially like in the childhood chapters. He's very prominent in those. And really, that's all I can talk about. I would dare not spoil this experience for someone else. Something I found very interesting about 20th Century Boys is, although it's like a majority of the time it is sort of a mystery suspense kind of thing, it mixes a lot of different genres. Specifically sci-fi. It loves to put sci-fi in there. You've got action in there, the aforementioned mystery and suspense, and it never feels jarring when you get all these different things going on, because in the context of the story and in the setting, it makes sense. Even the most ridiculous things, it's like, okay, this is happening, what's going to happen next kind of thing. Again, I can't say what exactly I'm referring to, but if you do read it, you'll see what I'm referring to. And honestly, I just had an absolute blast reading this. It's fairly short. I want to say it's 249 chapters for the first part that's called 20th Century Boys. And then there's an addition onto that, another 2 volumes that serve as an epilogue to close out the story completely. I believe that's 2 volumes. It's around 16 chapters or something. Not too long for read. And I can give this a very strong recommendation. I highly recommend that you read this when you find the time, if you're done reading whatever you're reading or something like that. Please give this a shot. I was hesitant to read it at first. One of my buddies says that he really enjoyed it. It was actually his favorite. He's kind of a weird guy, so I was like, what does this guy know? I read it. I had to apologize. So, again, if you've read it already, let me know what you think below. And if you do go on to read it, again, please let me know what you think. And that's it, guys. I do like making these kinds of videos, so expect more of them in the future, even towards anime and stuff. I made a few in the past as well. Those are just posted on my channel. If you'd like me to post links, let me know, and I'll do so in a comment. So, see ya.